Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rebooked, the show where we talk about the men and the women who be slapping their meat in the middle of the squared circle and the stories they're telling in the process. As always, I'm GB, you got Matt, and you also have Jake. And today we are going to be talking about all the latest that has been happening in the world of professional wrestling. We're back at full strength, although, of course, big shout out to Scan, who came through last week to yap about all the things that happened in wrestling last week. But this week, Matt is bad. Matt, words are hard today for me. How you feeling there, buddy? How you feeling?
I'm not bad. I had a crazy week between Slammiversary and travel, and then flying again to go do the live episode of Impact last week, tape more stuff, and then now I'm back home for a little bit. So I'm just kind of getting back into the groove.
Oh, back into the groove.
Do I spot a bottle of Redbreast over your left shoulder, Matthew?
You do. It's empty. I finished it last week. It's my my Redbreast Cash Strength, which is fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay. Of course, you can check out Matt's Wrestle with Whiskey.
Wrestling
with see how good of a friend I am. Wrestling with Whiskey, where he posts all his wrestling and whiskey content. It's actually pretty cool. Learned a lot about whiskey through you. And I'm not, and I because I would never have known. I'm not a whiskey drinker. So you're making me one. I want to try it out.
I'm a whiskey drinker. I'm not a whiskey knower. I'm not I don't hold the wisdom like
I'm not a whiskey
does.
anything. So
I'm
a whiskey virgin, if anything.
Oh.
You've never had any?
Okay. No. I a little okay. Maybe
then I want to pop your whiskey cherry.
I experimented back in high school.
You should let the warm, woody love of
Fireball doesn't
whiskey to take you.
Oh my god! I'm not comfortable with any of this that we're chatting about. But you know what? Though,
you will be. Okay.
Hey, you know what though, guys? It's our 100th episode. This one. Hey! And what are we gonna do to celebrate?
And we've planned something special for it
that we do all the time, and that's about professional wrestling,
I'm
brother.
I'm gonna take my multivitamin because I forgot to. Cheers!
Let's
hey,
go.
here's the 100.
Centrum 100 for episode 100.
Let's go. The ads still work.
Actually, it's a nature-made multi.
Nature made.
No free ads.
No sponsor. Not sponsored. Yeah.
Before we move on, since last week to this week, something significant did happen, which we should mention it at the very least. I'm not gonna go into great
Ding
detail.
Dong, the witches.
But Hulk Hogan did pass away, and while very checkered life that he lived, one thing that is undeniable, and I was telling this to a friend, is his impact in the world of professional wrestling was quite profound, and we continue to feel the ramifications of what he and many others, because it wasn't just him, many others also did to forge a path so that we can enjoy professional wrestling the way that we do. So with that being said, if you happen to enjoy Hulk Hogan's body of work, great for you. If you're not a fan of the person who Hulk Hogan was behind the red and yellow, that is also completely fair and understandable. But I think it just goes without saying that it's an important thing to just note. And if you guys are cool, we could just move on, right?
He obviously, he made an impact, and
in more ways than one.
And just I'm reminded of that quote. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Ooh.
And what side of the fence you think Hulk Hogan and Terry Bollea fall on says a lot about you.
So let's go ahead and jump forward and yap about some professional wrestling, brother, and do the thing that we love to do here, which leads us right into our first topic. We got, of course, AEW having a fun time. I've been really enjoying everything that I've been seeing with Dynamite and Collision. Fun matches while they figure out where things go for Forbidden Door. But
right here in Chicago for weeks on end.
Yeah. That will be happening in August 24th. So that will be happening there. So very exciting. But today when you watch this, which yesterday as we recorded, you get the point at this point. It's 100 episodes, guys. Relax. We're gonna get Moxley versus Hangman 2, and guys, I gotta say, everything about the way that this was set up, and it seems silly, but it was cool. I really liked it. Like, Hangman is like they're really doing this like Lone Ranger type of thing with him. You know what I mean? Where like he's just the cowboy who comes on in and lets everyone know what it is and then moves on to the next target. I really enjoyed it. Hangman just like marched into the ring, called Moxley a dumbass, and then challenged him to a one-on-one match with no Death Riders present for this throwdown. What do you guys think? Are you looking forward to it? Any thoughts on this one, and also how it was set up?
I agree with you on the style, the kind of vibe Hangman's carrying. I really do enjoy it. He's the honorable ruffian, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we also
yeah.
saw his interaction with Yuta, with the chain and everything, like punished him, beat the shit out of him, but like spared him the worst of it, right? Of like, okay, lesson learned. I'm out. Like, and I'm not going to take it. I had to take it to the extreme with Mox for that moment in the death match. But here, I'm just going to like brand you like a good old cowboy. I'm just going to brand you and off you go, kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I like this as well. And I like the idea that whether it's just because it's Hangman or it's because of everything that's happened to them, but like the Death Riders feel, and I think appropriately so, a little neutered.
Yeah.
So to speak, like it's not the I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's not the fighting pit or the the cage you're walking into with with the angry dogs anymore. Now it's I beat you. I got this. And they know it too, and they're trying to scramble to figure out themselves too. So I very much I dig it. I
Yeah.
dig it.
Jake?
Yeah. I think one thing that we that we're kind of forgetting a little bit in this is that Hangman at his nature isn't just a wrestler. He's a teacher. He started out as a teacher.
Yeah.
And he's kind of treating the rest of AEW as his classroom in a way. He saw Yuta, a trouble student, but not as much trouble as John Moxley. Moxley will be handled in a way that John Moxley needs to be handled. But Weeder Eula. Wow, I mixed it up. Yuta Wheeler.
Yuta Wheeler.
Doesn't need
Wheeler
to
Yuta?
be. Yeah. Wheeler Yuta. God damn, what is it? That who I'm talking about? The guy with the beard and the thing. Yeah. So him. I'm knocking off a lot of brain fog today. He doesn't need to be taught the same lesson that John Moxley does.
Yeah.
So it's I kind of like this. It's this like you said, it's like nurturing but firm. Is kind of how it's like this refreshing change in leadership that we've seen in AEW, and I like it. I really want to see how this goes moving forward. But like, I like that Hangman is starting to feel himself a little bit. You know what I mean? Like he's gained that confidence back and is now like, you know what? This is my classroom. Classes in session, bitches. Let's go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm really digging it. I think like in when you kind of compare it to other babyface reigns that we've seen that have happened over the course of the last few years, like I think Cody's is a great example where I think one of the issues that I had with Cody's face reign only was because it was such an incredible moment at WrestleMania 40. that after that it was like, man, where do you go from here? And you knew that Roman was stepping away for a little while, so they weren't really going to be doing anything with that, so they needed to kind of like reset things a little bit, which had Cody end up fighting, you know, like AJ Styles and Kevin Owens, and those were great matches. You know, I really enjoyed them, but you never really felt like, oh, where's just, you never really felt confident where it was going. And I think also too, like, I don't know if they knew necessarily where it was going either, because, you know, you have the Rock with the watch thing, and then that faded away, and the final boss stuff, and the give me your soul, and blah blah blah. So you know, all those things were real words that I said out loud that actually happened. Whereas with this, I and it's still early, so you know, obviously I don't want to leap to conclusions. But what is exciting about this is like they haven't really done this before, you know, at AEW with these title reigns. Like, to my knowledge, we've had like face title reigns before, but nothing's really been like this, especially after a big group just had so much power. And I think they're really handling that well. I really want to see the Death Riders almost become wild hyenas, you know what I mean, that just like start going after whatever they can because they know that their days are numbered. And they're kind of doing that, right? They choked out Colt Cabana, which was like really like well done, honestly, because I was like, oh, Colt Cabana's on commentary, that's fun. And then out of nowhere, my guy's getting choked out the next segment. I was like, oh, this is brilliant. On the flip side to that, Timeless Tony Storm and Athena are having a blast with all the things that they're doing. Tony Storm had a promo on Collision. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the video, but we'll probably post on our Discord if you haven't had a chance to see it yet, because Scan posted it. It was so funny, where she basically just comes out of the shadows, out of nowhere, and then descends onto the interviewer, and then she's like, you said my name, and it's just like in the most absurd way possible. Everything turns black and white. She starts insulting Athena's ovaries. Like, so many things were happening.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good. And it's like, man, AEW is kind of killing it with the character work right now. A lot of their characters are really standing out. So I guess the question is, where do we see things going, I guess, for Hangman in specific? Because we know we see Athena and Tony down the horizon, but who steps up here? Because there was also a little bit of MJF too, but is that where things are going now, Matt? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think that we are in a
What would you like to see happen, rather?
I would like to see, like, because we are in a little bit of like a post 41 Cody era. I think you just need Hangman to get some wins, but like, I don't want that here at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to just have some pay-per-view to pay-per-view, just somebody else gets a contendership and they wrestle like, and he just goes through 2 or 3 people before kind of a real sink your teeth in story. Like, I wouldn't mind jumping into something. Luckily, as we talked about, they laid the groundwork with people like MJF. And luckily there's a lot of business to be, you know, still maybe worked out with Swerve. That's more of a babyface thing, maybe resolving some of this, you know, or paying forward some of this recent, I'm not even
Yeah.
going to call it camaraderie, but like the kind of settling of tensions.
Yeah.
And then maybe rewarding that with a title shot. You know what I mean? It'd be interesting to see them do a baby match. Of course, Will Ospreay is another one who is on the path to getting healthy, but might even be ready to go by Forbidden Door. So whether it's, I don't know, like, it'd be interesting to see potentially something like Hangman kind of owning up to all the people who helped him.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's a nice lesson from a character like Hangman. Like, hey, nobody does anything alone, even when they say they do. And I know I haven't. Will Ospreay helped me. I would like to give him a title shot. You know, Darby Allin helped me. I would like to give him a title shot. Swerve Strickland, we nearly wanted to kill each other, but he helped me when I needed it. I want to give him a title shot. And then maybe that leads not the Death Riders, but some other nefarious heels to be like, F that, screwing things up. Maybe we get like a blood and guts out of it in the fall. You know what I mean? You could do some longer term storytelling between now and, full gearish time if you wanted to. So I don't know,
Yeah.
something like that I think could be cool, 'cause it feels like this is principled Hangman, and so to see him stand on some of his principles, I think would be a wise way to book him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's like there's a lot of really good directions that they can obviously take this with Hangman. And I think what helps them out too is they're not like really held up by anything, right? Like you kind of felt like when Cody won that, oh, maybe they're saving his loss for The Rock or for Roman again or something like that. Like we weren't quite sure. And then Cena manifested itself, and then you're like, okay, that's where things are going. Hangman's kind of an open book, like he resolved a lot of the things that he needed to resolve on his way to the top, right? And now it's there truly is like a new chapter for the character, which makes it quite exciting. And it, kind of festering in the background too, Jake, is the Don Callis family, right? And all the crap that's happening with them. That's all that could potentially be another big bad that he's got to cross paths with. Maybe in Okada after he drops unified title, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah, it very well could be. It'd be something kind of fresh instead of going back through like kind of the same usual suspects that that we would expect to be involved in the main title picture. It might be something fun and something different. I mean, it wouldn't shock me at all if like Hangman wants to use this opportunity to pull people up the ladder behind him and wants to use this opportunity to build some others by getting them involved in the world title picture. He really seems like that kind of guy. So I think that would be fun. I think that it would be fun if like Hangman has to be the complete opposite of Mox, right? He's got to have the title out all the time. He's got to give people opportunities. And I think that that's kind of the champion that we can expect him to see. It's like, I mean, it's just like everything else in life. Whenever there's something swings one way, there's got to be a massive recorrection the other way. So I kind of feel like that's what we can expect to see from Hangman's reign.
I like that. I like that. Kind of like the pendulum shift, right? And which wasn't that Moxley's old move or something like paradigm shift? There you go.
Paradigm shift.
No, but honestly,
but there needs to be a paradigm shift. I mean, that's exactly right.
Ooh, it's like poetry. It rhymes, whatever. No, that's all really cool stuff. And of course, we'll be keeping eyes on it. There's so much to come out of this, but very excited to see this matchup. Before we wrap things up in AEW, I think we're all pretty confident Hangman's going to win. But I am curious what happens after this because I believe Gabe Kidd is injured, right? So I had thought that he would be the guy who would fight Hangman for the championship at Forbidden Door as like the New Japan representative. But now I don't know. And that kind of makes things very interesting. Like, could we be seeing like Zack Sabre Jr. or something like that tonight?
Good.
Since we're getting ready for Forbidden Door. I don't know. Well, we'll find out. Okay, so next up, we got TNA. And Matt, you were not here last week for our Slammiversary conversation. Convenient. I see. No, I'm kidding.
What's interesting? I'd like to point out. You mentioned, 100th episode. Matt wasn't here last week. There's only one person who's been on every single episode of this show.
And that is...
I'm the Iron Man of Rebooked.
Wait, did I miss an episode?
Yeah, there was one. There was a week where it was just me and Jake.
Episode where it was just me and Matt.
Man. Damn.
Yeah.
Hate to see it. The streak is over. Well, not for Jake though. Jake, you are the Iron Man of Rebook. That's how I'm going to introduce you from now on. So you got to hold on to that title for a long time.
Yeah.
Other than that, if you mess it up, I send it back. So just be prepared. All right. Well, let's talk about some TNA, man, because there's been, this week, I will say the thing that I liked about Impact this week, I was the first up was the factions segment where all the factions came out to kind of like vie for supremacy. I thought that was really cool. But then I also really liked the moment where the TNA champions kind of came out and said like, hey, we're going to hold down the fort, while the world titles are being held hostage by people who don't even work here. And in particular, Steve Maclin. I really feel like all out of this, Steve Maclin is like showing up as like this leader, and it's really cool, and I'm hoping
good, because we've barely had anything going on with that title.
Yeah, so I guess what I want to ask here, and Matt, you can chime in whenever you decide you want to. Jake, where would you like to see this go? Would this like to see this maybe be like some kind of team clash of some kind, or what's on the
what?
Or where things go with our TNA champions kind of standing up and defending the honor of TNA as these invaders are essentially coming in here. Do you see this kind of manifesting itself either just in a series of matches or one big match with like Leon, the Hardys, and Steve Maclin versus like some NXT guys? Like what should happen out of this, I guess?
Look, and maybe this is just because I just finished it recently. So yes, I'm behind. I think TNA needs to do not an invasion storyline, but a rebellion storyline.
Okay.
And I think they need to rebel against NXT. Okay.
Okay.
They need to do Andor.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So listen. I think your Cassian Andor is Santana.
Okay, and obviously Hispanic, so it makes sense. Where we all
but also like the checkered past, wanting to right his wrongs and be something bigger than himself, and be part of something bigger than himself.
No way.
That's
My name is Mike Santana. Because that's how Cassian talks.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I was like, you've never heard Santana speak, have you?
No. Well, my favorite parts about Andor is that Cassian's always low, like speaking quietly. He's like, "What are you talking about? Yeah. No, you can't do that.
We can't do that." Yeah.
Every time, I love it. Okay.
But a lot of people are, especially this next person. Santino Marella is your Luthen. Okay. He's the one who makes it seem like he's going along with everything that NXT wants to do, but secretly he's gathering information and planting these seeds and talking to his people, trying to get stuff done. And of course, who's his assistant? Clea? Well, that would be Ariana Grace. It just makes too much sense for that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Your Mon Mothma? Carlos Silva. Okay. He's the one at the Senate talking to the big wigs who are making everything happen. Okay. Ava, the general manager over at NXT.
Yeah.
Deidre Miro. Okay.
Okay.
That's your Deidre Miro. HBK is your director Krennic.
Yeah. It definitely gives off Krennic vibes for sure.
Masha Slamovich
seen it either.
Masha Slamovich is Vel, and Trick Williams is Cyril. That's what I have.
Trick
so
Williams
if you've seen the
Cyril.
Trick Williams is Cyril. Look, he loves the Empire. That's all he wants is to help the Empire succeed, right? Maybe he's become a little blinded by that.
That's great.
Maybe he thinks he's doing something good, but in fact he's not.
Matt, I'm assuming you have not seen any of this.
I've not. This is all over my head.
Oh man. Okay.
Anyway,
this.
I want to see some kind of I'd love to see that, like where it doesn't have to be an invasion, but like this kind of sort of rebellion that's going on in a way.
Who do you sacrifice for the Gorman massacre then?
Well, I think the Gorman massacre has occurred.
Oh, that was Slammiversary.
You think it was
Slammiversary was the Gorman massacre. Before that, when Trick won it, that was the Bix Road riot.
Yeah. That was the riot.
On Ferrix.
Yeah, the Ferrix riot. Yeah.
So we've had the Gorman massacre. Now it's time for us to come together, figure something out,
and blow up the Death Star.
And well, at least steal the plans.
At least steal the plans.
We at least got to steal the plans.
I don't know. I think we got to blow up the Death Star by Bound for Glory.
Oh yeah,
I don't
for
know
sure.
if
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm saying on the way there. That's us finding the plans, figuring out how it is that we can. Well, maybe Trick Williams.
Oh, I
is the
tell you
Death
what,
Star
Victory
again.
Road. Victory Road could be where you find the plans, and then Bound for Glory is where you blow up the Death Star. You know, and I think that's
there you go.
how we do it.
Victory Rogue One.
You should. Oh, I like that. You should cut all of this up and send it over to your boss, and just let them know we got it all figured out. We're set. Okay.
Yeah, but I think it'd be fun. You know, there's just there's whispering going on in the backstage of like, hey, like we have to do this, but maybe if something else happened during this match to teach this person a lesson, then maybe that would be, maybe that'd be great. You got your rebel propagandists on the microphone.
Could be the hometown man. Could be the hometown man.
It could be the hometown man.
Propagandist.
Oh
you
God.
know. He shows up to all the different towns. I mean, it's K. Yeah, it would be great.
That's K2.
It'd be great. It'd be great.
Yeah. So I think something like that would be fun. Like, let's, like if TNA treats this like it seems like they may be like, this kind of come to Jesus. This is all the rebel factions. They need to form their alliance, right? All these rebel factions want to do things different way. And Ali is your Saw Gerrera. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think this could be so much fun if you treat it like that, where it's just this, which TNA kind of is. TNA is kind of the rebellion in a way of trying new things that other people won't try, that seem dangerous or foolhardy or whatever. But that's the spirit. That's the heart of TNA. Yeah. And I want to see that more in this story.
Yeah.
Really make the TNA, and it, like I said, it doesn't have to be this full-fledged invasion thing, because the invasion's already happened. This isn't an invasion anymore. This is an occupation, and I want to see TNA fight back and win. That's what I want to see.
All right, Matt, anything to add on to that?
No, I think
Matt's Jar Jar Binks.
He knows who that is. Okay, Matt, you don't have to be Jar Jar Binks. You know what? You could be Jar Jar in the Senate.
I think you would be.
Who ends up
I think Tom would be C-3PO and you'd be R2.
Oh yeah. Okay. I could see you harassing Tom.
I think
Tom's he's trying the straight man. I'm always kind of mouthing off.
Yeah. And R2D2's got a mouth on him. Let me tell you.
And you got a big smooth dome, so it's the same. It kind of works out. You upset that whiskey's out behind you?
You're gonna crack that glass over your head. You want to rumble home? Oh, okay. What do we got, Matt? Where are the holes in the story here?
No. I really dig it. I mean, I've said this before. I think you do have the chance to do like a true, invasion angle. But I haven't seen Andor specifically, but I do like the idea of like the age, because normally you run in and you beat people up in the ring and then you leave, right? That's the old invasion angle. You attack someone with a chair backstage and then you get thrown out by security or something like that. We can't. We're a much smaller company. We can't finance. We can't support a full frontal assault, right? We can't just go and beat them up.
Right.
You've gotta pull. You got to sneak in. You got to take the screws out of the legs of the walker. You know what I mean? You're not just going to shoot it to death. Stuff like that. Like we've got to do little things to let's go back to Attitude Era stuff. Let's pee in Ava's tea. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like prank style. No, that might be too silly, but stuff like that where it's like we mess with people, so they're out of the picture. And I don't know. We're underhanded, but we're scrappy.
Yeah. I'd love to see a couple people defect.
Oh, well,
I'd
like
love
first
to see
class
a couple
have
people
defected.
like first class defects, but maybe first class is maybe they're working for TNA. I mean, they are working for TNA, but you know what I mean? Like, maybe they're in there to make it seem like, I'm on full NXT, I'm on your side, but nah, drop the hammer. And they've been on TNA's side the whole time. Man, you could do so much fun stuff with this. And this is the place to do it. TNA and NXT, like, take some chances and have some fun with this, dude.
And
You could do
maybe
so much fun stuff with this.
there's there's a little like, and maybe I get in trouble for even saying this, but no, but like the rumors, which are, I can tell you at this point in time, are not true. But like
Unsubstantiated.
everybody has like made their guesses about like, is WWE gonna buy TNA?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's been the hullabaloo and then the rumor mill and everything like that, which I
Yeah,
can tell
fair.
you there is no truth to at this time. But you can play off that. And what if you did have some kind of huge matchup or multiple matches, and it's like, if NXT wins the majority of them, or if NXT wins the giant Survivor Series match, WWE owns TNA outright.
Yeah.
It's a little like, I don't know how much people believe it, but you play on people's real like thoughts and feelings on the thing, and you make it razor thin up to the end. And I don't know. There's some new stuff to do that you could do with it, other than just like brand supremacy.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is, I think, kind of the
Right.
lazy way.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I want it to it needs to be for the soul of TNA. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like TNA as we
Yeah.
know it. Like, no, we're gonna come in here, we're gonna get rid of the X division. We're gonna come in here, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Like they need to have there needs to be this statement of things that they're going to do.
Like the other thing, again, if you don't want to play off of the purchase thing, which is a little too weird and real and stuff, have something with like the 2 world titles, right? Where it's like, whichever side wins this match at Bound for Glory, the other company, their talent cannot challenge for it for a year.
Right.
Or
Mm.
something wild where you're like, what? So we could have an entire year where a TNA wrestler can't have an opportunity. You know what I mean? At their own
Yeah.
championship, and it just
Right.
stays in the NXT locker room. Put a threat like that over it. Just different stakes.
Yeah.
Other than just, we get ours back, and the old brand, quote unquote, surprise.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
No, there's certainly a plethora of great directions they could go in with this, because especially with the build for Bound for Glory and everything, like I say, I agree, like take some risk, right? Narratively, I think they already took one big risk when Mike Santana pinned Joe Hendry clean middle of the ring, roll up pin, got the dub. So that kind of like solidifies Mike Santana. He beat Joe Hendry, right? Flat out in a match. So that's great, because now that kind of like sets the stage for Mike Santana's pathway. So we think, because that's not 100% confirmed. And then of course, like, and you guys mentioned the defecting thing, and I was like, man, I'm thinking about like who would be good at that. And it's kind of tough on the women's side, because I think like Fatal Attraction is their name, like
Influence.
or Fatal Influence. Oh my
Fatal
god!
Influence, yeah.
I think Fatal Influence is like you already have your team there, so do you really need to do that? I'm not entirely certain, but the Elegance brand would be great at that. As a bad guy team who changes allegiances would be kind of cool. You go where the money is, so to speak. I could easily see Elegance doing that. But on the other side too, I was like, man, on the men's, faction side, you already kind of established a system as like the TNA boys. So like they have locked that down. Order 4 would be great, but I also cannot see Ali, doing that to the character that they've built.
Guerrero, man, I'm telling you, he's the wild card.
Yeah.
Is he finally going to do the right thing, or is he going to let his anger and his frustration and hatred get in the way of doing what's best for himself and for everyone?
Yeah.
That's a fun story, dude.
That is a fun story.
If Ali is the missing piece to all of it, and like that could be a lot of fun.
All right, now I do want to pose this for the class here. Do we see it ending at Bound for Glory for sure. Because now I don't know. Now I don't know. Do we see Trick Williams losing that belt? Do we see JC Jane losing that belt at Bound for Glory? That now I'm not entirely certain.
I don't know. We're just going to see how things unfold.
Because the Slammiversary specifically.
Yeah, right.
Because I was so confident. I was like, this is everything's lining up.
It would be wild if not. I mean, to be fair, there are NXT events, PLEs between now and then. And those titles can be defended there too. And you know what I mean? Like you could have it go from Trick to another NXT wrestler in theory at Heatwave or what, Capital Collision or whatever PLEs they have in the next few months. Or one of our challengers can step up. I mean, there's a lot. We don't know for sure, and I legitimately don't know if we're on this. Everything is leading to some BFG payoff for all of this NXT TNA stuff.
Yeah.
It could happen. One of them might happen there, but another one might get resolved halfway through. Again, might happen on our show, might happen on an NXT show. There's a lot that we are in the dark about on a week-to-week basis. That's why I really want to hopefully go live TV every week at some point. Because it makes it easier to keep track of all of this.
It does.
Sure.
I can't imagine, man. I mean, again, there's a lot of question marks for TNA. Lots. Hey, that just makes it exciting. I mean, it's been fun to watch the show. It's been fun to see, the road for Bound for Glory, really starting to take shape. Like we mentioned before, we got Victory Road in the middle of that as well. So that's going to be fun to see how things kind of shake up there. We also mentioned that whole faction promo thing where everyone was trying to come out and say they are the ones who run the place, and Trick and First Class are looking like they are going to become more of a thing, which I'm not opposed to. I think it's good for Trick to have a couple of TNA goons that can do things on Impact from time to time. And also Casey huh?
You're making look, this is not the place for this, but as you are also older gentlemen, boomer generation guys like me.
Don't say the word goon.
Yeah, you learned that this week. That there is a whole new meaning to it. It's not just hired bad guys. Oh, it is a very naughty
you mean
term.
You mean like gooner?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know about all that. It's super funny.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's great. It's so funny. It's
I made a social post of me and Tom, and I was like, just a couple of goons out here, and some people were like, what? What do you?
Okay,
I was like,
now that's mean.
Oh, my boomer ass is thinking the Simpsons hired goons. Mr. Burns hired goons.
Now that's what I'm. Oh, now that's mean, because the word still applies, but I guess maybe it's now taken a new form of its own with the, oh no, language continues
I'm just
to
ultra
disappoint
sensitive to
us.
it now.
No, you're good. Trust. It's still a word people use, but the people
it has
clearly,
more than.
No, but you see, that's the thing. There's a difference between hired goons and then gooners.
No, for sure. Yeah, I did not say gooner. I just said.
See, that's different.
That is different. But
I
also,
said
I might have said gooning it up.
I said
probably
you said gooning. If you say gooning it up, then then in that case you kind of deserve the heat. Okay. If that's yeah. Like
you said goona.
No, I said
gooner.
local goon squad.
Okay. Oh well. Yeah.
This conversation took a weird turn.
Kind of, but
shout out Brian Allen. Thank you for.
I guess we will not call these guys
the local
henchmen. The local henchmen. There you go. And anyway, what a great aside that was. That was well worth it. But yeah, I'm liking all that. We'll see, of course, where the build kind of leads to, because still, like we were talking about, the AEW very out in the open right now, but that's a good thing. Yes. And that means that now it's just time to get in there and enjoy it, because this is leading up to TNA's big yearly show, Bound for Glory. And, we've been getting good builds to these big events like we did with All In and, kind of like we did with 41. We had some pretty sick things happen on the lead up to 41 as well. So this is going to be quite exciting. Well, that go ahead and brings us to the last topic of the day. We got SummerSlam. Oh, man. It's going to be 2 nights. Is this the first time SummerSlam's 2 nights? Yes. The first time SummerSlam is 2 nights. Oh, dear. So much wrestling happening this weekend. I'll be in Salt Lake City commentating Halo, so I won't be able to watch a lot of it live. But we have a lot of matches. A whole lot of matches. Way too many matches. 2 nights worth of matches. There's some good ones on here. Overall, how are you feeling about SummerSlam? Matt, you weren't here last week, so we'll start with you. How are you feeling about the build and, the matches that we have presented to us now?
It feels there are a couple really big highlights for me, really cool matches that I'm looking forward to, big matches and just exciting matches. I'm very curious. This is outside of story stuff, but I'm just curious it's in a big market like New York and everything like that, but how will they get enough people travel? I'm sure they will. It's WWE, they're a marketing juggernaut, but I'm just like, are we going to feel too stretched thin for another 2-night event after Mania already being 2 nights? I'm just curious how it's going to feel like. That was literally just what 4 months ago at this point.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah,
are we going to
I
feel
don't like the 2-night thing for SummerSlam.
I don't think SummerSlam
away from
I think you could. I think if you built it big enough, you could have just made it like a stadium show every year. An outdoor big stadium, football arena show. Like
SummerSlam, big show with 8 matches on the card. Give us a bigger show.
Because here's the thing: SummerSlam up until really recent history, those were not arena or stadium shows. The SummerSlam was still always just in the basketball hockey arena, the 20,000 seat arena or whatever, 15, 20. And then in recent years, they did some baseball stadiums and stuff like that. They haven't even regularly done stadiums one night. So it's like, I would just get it into a regular stadium show every year, one night, 8 to 10 matches or whatever. And then if it's packing out, you're filling 40, 50,000 every year. Then, okay, let's go to 2 nights. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how we'll feel after it. Were we too stretched or was it a lot of awesome stuff?
Definitely Hot WrestleMania. That's essentially what Simon Miller calls it, Hot WrestleMania. Because that's what it is. It's just a big event in the middle of the summer that they're trying to, and I do agree with that. Jake, are you excited for the 2 nights or how are you feeling? No?
Yeah. I mean, I'm on it. My hype for this is like a 4 out of 10.
I feel the same way. I don't know why, but my hype for this is very low.
I don't think anything's really been built up like that
super well.
Significantly.
I would say I'm a 5. There's a couple matches individually that I'm like,
there's some matches that I think could be really fun and end up being really good, but there's none that I'm just like, oh my God. This to me is a pay-per-view that will be on the television, but I don't know how much attention I'm paying to it.
Well, you don't know how much you're watching it. Yeah.
It'll be on while I'm playing Xbox. is kind of how this one feels. And like I said, there are some matches that I'll stop to that I am curious to see how they go and what the outcome is.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing I'm crazy hyped for right now. I was with Mania.
Excuse me, but I'm in a very similar boat where just not very much. I'm looking forward to parts of it, but a lot of it I'm kind of I'll catch it on the replays later on, or whatever highlight happens. I'm not too opposed to it. That being said, let's jump into it. Let's talk about the card and the matches. Some matches we'll give some time to, other matches we'll just give predictions for and then move on from. This is one of the matches where I think it's actually interesting. Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. We'll talk about this one real fast because this is going to be the third encounter. They're 1-1. And because Karrion got the rebound win after he lost, I think it was in Saudi, right? Something like that. And I guess the loser has to admit the other one was right and something to that effect. Like that's the extent
Stakes
of
are
this.
higher than ever. Higher than ever.
It's a bit of a bizarre one here. But honestly, this needs to end with Karrion Kross winning. You know, right? I'm
If he
not
doesn't,
crazy.
then no, you're 100% correct. If Karrion Kross doesn't win this, then I think he's DOA. I like just because he's had nothing. Like I understand that people are behind him, but who he needs behind him are the people booking the matches.
Yeah,
And he hasn't had anything significant. And you can't oh great, he's getting big cheers on main event. Well, give people something to cheer about on a bigger platform. Give him a win at SummerSlam over Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
And let's like it feels like it's just been a tease. Like they're just playing with the people who like Kross and playing with Kross himself. Like the foreplay's done. Let's get going here.
I think if the match just ends and Sammy wins and nothing comes from it, then I'm like, yeah, no, it's done. Like that, they're not going to do anything with Karrion moving forward or anything of significance. But I can see there being some story stuff after this. I could see it like maybe Sammy needing to go too far to beat Karrion Kross, something to that extent. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
I guess, but like the psychological shit only works if the guy making the psychological threats is a threat.
Yeah.
And he's not right now.
Yeah. All right. So who do we see winning?
Who do I see winning or who do I think will win?
Well, okay. Who do we think wins? Who do we think is winning? Who do we think is winning?
It's got to be Karrion Kross.
Yeah, it's got to be Kross.
It's got to be Karrion Kross.
Okay. All right. Kross it is. Right, Matt, you down with Kross as well?
Yeah,
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I'm going with less of
not my best.
For my predictions going forward, I'm less going with like how do I like we just had that argument. I kind of want to cut that off at the legs of like, well, what I want and think should happen versus what I think they'll book. Like I'm not gonna think like how are they gonna book because they don't like this guy.
Yeah,
it's a boring way to think. I want to think in terms of the story. What I think will work best and how I imagine it will go. If it doesn't, then whatever.
And it doesn't.
So
Yes.
So I'm thinking more in line with our show. Yes, I agree. Karrion Kross is the one who should come out the victor. I think Sami Zayn, will win a world title within the next year, if not the calendar year. I think there's something big long-term planned with him.
Your mouth to God's ears, man.
I think they're really hitting it. Like he's always been honest about it, like in interviews, but they're hitting it on TV of like, this is the thing I haven't done. I want to do this. It's still my goal. So I think it's on purpose. And I think he needs to have one more maybe big crisis. And I think before that, and then I think this could be that dip, that doldrum, that turns him into who he needs to be
That's a good word.
champion.
Look at you using 10-cent words today.
I wasn't prepared for that one. Yeah, no.
Let's go,
amazing.
Phantom Toll Booth. What up? Second grade book club. That's why I learned the term doldrums.
This one's probably been interesting because of the pivots that they've needed to make with this. And that, of course, is our tag match. It's going to be Jey Uso, Roman Reigns going up against Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. The Bronze versus the Samoans. I mean, this one, this kind of... Clearly, this was supposed to be Seth Rollins. I'm assuming Seth Rollins was supposed to be involved in some capacity here. But then again, who knows how much they've had to pivot because Seth Rollins did get injured. But yeah, I mean, this is the one thing that I care most about this is, does Roman Reigns get his shoes back? That's really all I care about. Outside of that, whatever the results are, they are. But Roman, you can't let a grown man steal your shoes on national television. That's just dumb. That's just messed
Jay's,
up.
Man.
That's just messed up. Oh, that was Jay's, or was that Roman?
No, Jordan's. It was
Jordan. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said it was Jay's.
Come on, get with it, GB.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Jay's.
Yes.
The kids call them Jay's because it's named after
goon over
famed
here.
Basketball player Michael Jordan, who created a shoe line highlighted in the film Air, starring Matthew Damon. And now,
Which is
Okay,
a great
Matt.
movie.
Okay, Matt
collect them.
GPT. This guy just dropping it on.
Matt
GPT. Oh, I need to
GPT.
do that for something.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
we got to find a way. You got to make that a bit somehow on TV. Yeah. So let's think about this one though. Yeah, I mean, outside of someone needing to get their J's back,
For starters, how has no one named this team of three with Heyman and those two, the Brain and the Bronze?
Oh, that's good. That's actually really good.
Pretty good.
I like that.
I mean,
a lot.
that's yeah. Storyline wise, I think the Bronze need to win.
I think so too.
I think it's more interesting if the Bronze win, because the whole thing is like, well, Seth's not here, and what are we going to do? And then Breaker comes out last night, and he's like, I've got a plan. I'd love to see where that goes. Like these two need to continue to flourish without Seth if they're going to continue to be a threat for when he does come back. So I think that they need to show how much of a threat that they really are. And I think they need to come away with a win here.
And I think
So
Roman needs
that's
to
what
be
I'm
the
gonna
one to
go with.
lose. I think Roman should take the pin. I think Braun should hit Roman with a spear and Braun pins Roman. I think that would be cool because they've already teased that this was like a thing that Roman was clearly afraid of back at the Royal Rumble. And I think that would be a really sick way to establish Braun Breaker, his spear, his presence. Maybe it doesn't come cleanly, and I can see there being a third person kind of brought in. Honestly, and I know this is going to sound a little crazy, but bro, imagine if they brought in like Dragunov or something like that as like a third person, you know,
You've been wanting that since this group started.
Yeah, because honestly, it fits. And Braun and Dragunov have like history together. So there's like they respect one another. You know, like they fought each other on Raw like a few times now, and it was always in a respectful manner. So I think it would be kind of cool if,
and that's the only person that Braun Breaker's really kind of been like that too.
Exactly. And if he's saying that there's something up his sleeve, I could see it being Dragunov coming in to try and like even the odds a bit more here, because at the end of the day, they're still going up against Roman Reigns, right?
Right.
Who should look like a juggernaut in this matchup. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. But I do agree with you guys. I think the Brain and the Braun need to win.
I could see a potential scenario that I think could work. I do agree. I think the Browns need to win, but I could see a thing where they give like a Roman the win. It's a return to pay-per-view. It's a return to the, form for the OTC. But
sure, yeah.
if that was the case, I think you need a win the battle, lose the war kind of scenario.
Yeah.
Whether it's them or a third person who after the match just wallops them, or even because there's a thought that maybe Seth's injury isn't as severe as thought, that just some time away he could make a surprise really quick return, stomp out Roman, even if
It's only
Roman
been a couple
wins,
of weeks though, right? It hasn't.
no, I truly think it's way too soon, even
Yeah.
for an early return. I do think it will. The prognosis was like 8 months or something like that. I think we'll see him much sooner than that. I think we'll see him within 2-3 months as
Wow.
like I think
hope
so. I don't know why.
I hope so.
Yeah. But yeah, so like that's the only way I see maybe a Roman J win working, is if then they still pay for it afterward, or get somebody shows up, like I said, the numbers game gets them, something like that. So,
Yeah.
but moreover, I believe the Browns should win, because I like the way they've been handled post Seth injury. I was worried because I remember my thing at the beginning. They were both dressing like nightclub bouncers, just doing dirty work. That was just like, okay, they're just henchmen.
No personality showing through.
Yeah.
Or goons, if you will.
Hired goons. But they've stepped up and they've been portrayed as like, oh no, on their own, they're still threats and like not to be trifled with. And they're,
which I like. I like that they didn't.
They're still.
I like that they didn't like seem like they were floundering. Like, what are we going to do without Seth? And that they were like, let's step up and kick some ass. Let's do
Yeah.
what we always do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know, and I love that. That's such a refreshing change of pace to see, with especially when, you know, the leader of your faction is out legitimately,
Yep.
that they're not just, you know, left to float around wondering what the hell to do next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad to see that they're like, no, let's just we kick ass. That's what we
Yep.
do. So let's
Yeah.
go kick ass.
Yeah, and also good setup for what could be coming down the line when Seth does return, right? Who knows what dynamics can emerge from that. Speaking of dynamics, a fun one that has popped up was Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. This has been a fun kind of team up that has been great for both wrestlers, and it is leading them in a collision course with Roxanne Perez and Raquel for the Women's Tag Championship. And gosh darn it, fellas, I'm gonna say put the belts on Charlotte and Bliss.
Listen, I can't believe I'm advocating for Charlotte Flair to win another title, but I love this team
I
up.
see no reason
Yes.
why you shouldn't.
I agree.
I love this team up, dude. And here's part of why I like it. Charlotte seems happy. I mean, Charlotte, the person, I mean, Ashley Flair, the person, seems happy, and she seems to be having fun and enjoying doing this matchup. And that's when you get your best shit. Like, I want to see this team up continue. I really think that they have remarkably good chemistry. I love the angle that they're going with here of Charlotte being this like reluctant, like, I don't want to seem like I'm enjoying this or that I even like this girl, but I do, because this is something that Charlotte's not used to. She's as a character, and maybe even the person, is not used to someone treating her with genuine kindness and wanting to be her friend. And that makes for fascinating storytelling too.
Yeah.
But they're
Especially
not
after
friends.
Well, I know,
That's
but
the
I know
whole
that
thing.
right.
They're
I
not
know.
friends.
I know that they're not,
But I
but
love
they're
that.
friends. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. They're both.
Yeah.
It's that. No,
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, you know,
what I mean?
MJF Adam Cole, right?
think
When
it
they
close-
did it,
Yes.
and you saw how successful that was. You
Yeah.
really got something that could be fun here. But now the
Yeah.
question is, though, you don't necessarily need them to win the tag titles right out of the gate, right? But this wouldn't be a bad idea if they were. That said, there's also a direction where you could take where
I think
Roxanne
that
Perez and Raquel retain, and Roxanne could say, like, hey, Liv, I held this belt down against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss while you were away. Alternatively, you can go the other route too, where Liv is like, you lost our tag titles. I think there's like a few routes that they can go here for all these stories. The question is, which one do we prefer? I guess.
I don't think it does in storyline. I don't think it does Charlotte and Alexa any good to lose, because the whole point of them getting together was, listen, we're both great. Let's just go out there and win.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
wouldn't
think
a
in
setback
order,
be good narratively for them to like face?
well, but they've already kind of had one. I mean,
Yeah.
that they lost previous, their
Yeah,
previous
it's fair.
opportunity. I don't know. Like, again, this is a situation of, like we talked about earlier, where they're over.
Yeah,
They're
the team
kind of
is
hot
working.
right now. Let them have the title and let's see what happens. I
Yeah.
mean,
Matt, do you agree with that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the old sometimes when something's hot, just let it be hot.
yep.
Let it go on a streak.
Let
you don't
the
have to have this like
motherfucker burn.
up and down and up and pull it back. No, just go with them. Let them win and win and win. And because
Mhm.
that's actually in this case a normal the two individuals are already super established, so we don't need to spend time establishing them. It's not like they're a brand new tag team from NXT that we've never heard of.
True.
They have tons of history, so we know who they
Mhm.
are. Two, I think the dynamic of like, we don't like each other, but like, we kind of do, but we don't like it. That kind of elbowing each other works better when you're winning.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, because it's
Yes.
you're almost the character is almost you're winning in spite of yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We can't stand each other, but we keep somehow ending up being having really good chemistry. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
It's
I freaking hate
almost-
you. I hate you too, but this is working.
It makes me think of that South Park episode where they keep trying to lose their summer baseball game because they don't want. They're like,
Kind of, yeah.
we don't want to play this anymore. Please
Yeah.
let us lose. And they keep winning. You know,
In
it's
a
almost
small way,
kind of that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like, keeping them winning, and like, I don't know.
See where the buddy cop drama goes from there.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
I mean, it's
great.
genuinely
It's
this is
very
a
good.
fun team, and they've
Yes.
got. I love the whole thing of like that they've kind of hinted at a couple times of like, look, you were one of the only people that was nice to me when I was in NXT, and I don't know, this tag team just has a feeling of like Sasha Bailey 2.0
Yeah.
when they first won the women's
Yeah, a
titles.
little bit.
And I enjoyed that, and yeah, I don't know, it's nice to see Charlotte Flair having fun and
Yes.
not just playing a part anymore.
Yeah.
And I want that for her, the person. I want it for Alexa too, because she's been gone for a long time, and I'm a big Alexa stan. But that's a great name for a fictional country, Alexa Stan.
Alexa
Anyway,
Stan, where she's the ruler.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
exactly.
So we Flair Bliss, we'll see. I think we all locked
And
that
also,
one in.
I don't want to take anything away from Roxanne and Raquel, because I've actually really enjoyed them as a tag team as well. And I
Yeah.
hope that I want to continue to see them to grow more. But I just think storyline wise, I think Charlotte and Alexa need to win this.
Now we're almost wrapped up with night one. So let's, and then night two, we got a lot to dive into. So let's fly through this one here. Now, this is Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. Jade won the Queen of the Ring, and Tiffany has been, kind of on a streak winning. Not much really to add as far as story goes, but it's going to be a good match for sure. Whether or not Jade wins, I don't know. I think Tiffany retains, but I could see them giving it to Jade. But I just don't really know what happens with Jade if she wins. But I guess the same could be said for Tiffany. But I don't know. Maybe less so for Tiffany because she's been on SmackDown for a while. I don't know. Is it time for her to drop the title, Jake?
I don't know. Like, this one is 50-50 to me for the exact reason that you just said. I mean, I don't know. Like, Tiffany's reign has been kind of a little lackluster, honestly. And I don't think it's her fault. I think it just kind of had some strange
Creatively,
matchups and
wasn't
bookings, and creatively it's not
wasn't
been the
great.
best.
Hasn't been great. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Jade, it's like, I don't know. Like, a part of it does feel like, it just feels like it's, hey, it's time to put the title on Jade. So let's put the title on Jade. But with Naomi out of the picture for her, seemingly, I don't know what direction we go with a champion Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
I don't care who wins. And
I
that's the
don't
problem.
either. I
don't
don't either,
care.
quite honestly.
It's a baby match, and okay, if Jade new champion, cool. I'm not like jazzed about it. I'm like, yeah, if Tiffany retains, okay.
Yeah.
They've been going with her. I think Jade is going to win solely because I think you don't have to have what I think one of the two Queen of the Rings is probably going to win,
Has
and
got
I don't
to,
think it's Cody.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
So, I think it might just be as simple as that. But to your point, she'd be like, Tiffany wins. I don't know what it's just some other bad guy they're gonna put up, at the next pay-per-view. She's kind of in that just like next.
Mhm.
Like there's no overarching story. Again, with Naomi gone, same for Jade. Like, which sometimes it is. Sometimes you just need a new champion, switch up some title rivalries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different kind of matchups. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I
I think it
mean,
might be one of those. I don't care.
Yeah, it just
whichever one,
sucks.
but I think it'll be Jade.
It sucks for Tiffany simply because this does remind me a little bit of Rhea Ripley's first women's championship run.
Sure.
Where it was very like she didn't have a lot of great challengers. She just was showing up, saying how she was going to beat everyone up, and then she did, and then she fought Charlotte, and then I think that was like it, and she lost. And I think it's kind of going to end up being the same thing here. But we'll see. Let us know in the comments. What do you guys think about that? That takes us to our last matchup of night 1 for WrestleMania. Sorry, WrestleMania. Hot WrestleMania. Excuse me. That's what I meant to say. Hot Mania. We got CM Punk versus Gunther for the men's world heavyweight champion. Gunther.
Pat McAfee better, because he's the one who always pronounces it as Gunther.
Yeah.
Right.
So
he
just needs to be careful.
Better be careful. This, I get the feeling that this wasn't supposed to be the case, and that I don't know why this match just feels a little like oddly put together. Yeah.
Well, if you watched WWE Real or Behind the Reel or whatever it is, Unreal, this was originally
did you watch it?
I've not watched it yet, but I've been seeing some of the clips floating around.
Okay.
But this was on the board for WrestleMania 41 originally.
Oh wow.
I believe before the J stuff started happening.
Wow.
Or before they decided to book that. This was, I think, back in I don't remember where the clip was from, fall, one of the early meetings or whatever.
Yeah.
But so I kind of get what you mean. So, which then that also makes me feel like I knew we were going to get a Punk World title run at some point. I thought it would be the WWE, undisputed title or whatever. Maybe it's this one. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they really are putting a lot of emphasis on this belt. So
they are.
They're not treating this as a 2, like it feels more like a 1A, 1B, and that is at times been interchangeable given the pay-per-view outside of Mania, but yeah, maybe this is it, and that's okay. I think it's fine. It's a world title, but yeah, does Punk win? Is it time? I say yeah. I say yeah. Fuck it.
You know what? if you know what I pitched, I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. I pitched Gunther being the one to dethrone Cena.
Yeah, you did last week.
So for that to happen, Punk's got to win here.
Yeah, Punk wins. Okay.
I can see that. I mean, that's an interesting way of because I was like, this feels like it could be the moment to do something with Punk. Again, he was in the Mania main event, but he didn't win.
Especially because who's holding Money in the Bank?
Yeah, Seth.
And this title is Seth's baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be Punk.
I totally blanked on that because we already talked about the bronze and everything, so Seth was out of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point. And a couple of months from now, whenever Seth's back, yeah, that's good.
A couple of months from now, how about this? How about our boys win? They come out and beat Punk to a freaking pulp, and who hobbles his ass out there?
I could also see that happening.
To cash in Money in the Bank at SummerSlam, to just sit on the title for a couple.
That is what Punk did to Drew.
That is
yes, but if Seth won the title injured, number one, it's a bad precedent to set.
It is. You're right.
Because who he, even though it's a Money in the Bank cash in, it's a match, and he would never get cleared. It's weird gray area, and there is precedent in WWE, WWF history. If a champion is injured and cannot defend his belt for 30 days or whatever it is, he has to relinquish it. So I think there's too much gray area for that.
You're right.
Yes, but that would be very unique.
Yeah.
But now that, but again, I totally.
Still, for down the line.
Yes, no, I think you're right. I was they've also been putting a lot of stock in Gunther, and they have, but I think this is the moment for that, and you could build Gunther maybe to something bigger with Cena. You're right, possibly.
Yeah.
I think it's Punk. I think this might be the night. Big match. It's Hot Mania.
Yeah, and when you
it's clobbering time.
When you consider how things are probably going to go night 2, a good way to kind of kick off night 2 is be like, look at our new world champion, CM Punk. Oh, yay! He gets that big moment. on Saturday, and is the world champion. Who knows?
Yeah,
We'll
put
see.
him in the crowd for a shot.
Exactly.
You
Right.
know
Have
what I
him come
mean?
out, cut a
Just
promo.
everybody going CM Punk, whatever. Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
you
good-
can
it's
easily
good.
have him come out, cut a promo, and then Rollins comes out and be like, "Don't get too comfortable." You know what I mean? Like he shows up and just like does like an audio thing or whatever. There's a lot of directions they can go with that, but CM
or just
Punk
comes out with his case and doesn't
I don't want to see it until he returns.
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
fair.
want any
Fair.
kind of warning.
Fair. Now let's go and get ready for night 2. I gotta find this graphic, which is the massive 6-pack challenge, a TLC matchup. We'll start with that one.
This is probably now the match I'm most excited about.
Really?
Yeah, just from a pure viewer perspective, like watching it go down. This is going to be beautiful chaos.
This is Demolition Derby at its finest.
Yeah,
dude, 6 teams. That's
6 teams in a TLC match for the title. And here's the thing.
When the hell did the Wyatt Six win the championships? I completely forgot about that.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, they won them all. That's why New Day's in mourning.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
But this, I feel similar but opposite about this as I did with Tiffany and Jade. I don't care who wins because I love all of these teams.
I'm all of them.
I don't care who wins. I just am excited to see who wins. I love all 6 of these teams.
Yeah.
This feels like what should have happened at Mania for the SmackDown tag division.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
This is the one I'm most excited to watch.
Yes. I think you have some great narratives that can come out no matter who wins these titles.
So that said, who wins? Who do you think holds it down?
I think they're going to keep it on the Wyatts, though. I do think they're going to. I think we're going to.
And what would be the benefit of keeping it on the Wyatts?
Continue to build up the Wyatts because I feel like they got derailed by
everything.
Injury they got derailed by a lot. And
there also is something to be said for to try to strike a narrative in there in this car crash. Cause look, in a legitimately though, in a match like this, there's almost no storytelling. I'm sorry. Like this is just spot.
It's pure chaos.
It's chaos trying to the story is climbing the ladder, right? In this scenario. But a little thread you could pull is that in all these teams, there are 5 teams in this match, 5 tag teams. There's one family, and it's a no DQ scenario. So Uncle Howdy could come in, Rowan can come in, Nikki can come in, Sister Abigail, I don't know whatever. And so it's like family trumps tag teams. You and your buddy. No, there's a whole family of us. So that could be a little thread you might pull.
That's kind of
They're reigning over the tag division because they have the power of this twisted little family. So yeah, especially after they've had so much time away, getting whatever there's injuries or getting things sorted, and then they came back, they won the titles. So just take it right off them. Like 3 weeks later feels a little weird. Let them have this weird dark reign of power.
So then who would be in that case who would be the one you'd least want to see win the tag titles? And then who's the one you most medium suspect?
Probably throw the graphic up again. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I'll tell you what. I'm medium suspect Fraxium.
I was gonna say Fraxium's the one I medium suspect out of this whole.
They're the ones. They're not the ones they're the ones I would. No, not least. I would say Street Profits are the ones I'd want to least win it because they had them for a while, relatively recently. So just because of that reason, I normally would have said Andrade's team, but
I love that team up.
They've been doing a good job of bigging them up on the last couple of weeks of TV and telling us this could be the moment, when they face the Wyatts, this could be the moment. Like they're originally felt like GB's favorite thing, Hispanic guys, let's put them together. But
they have great chemistry. They really genuinely have great chemistry.
But it's turned into more.
Yeah.
So I've liked what they've done, and I think they could be super fun as tag champs. And I selfishly pull for the Machine Guns because they're my boys. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is exciting. This one's going to be a wild matchup. I think they'll probably keep it on the Wyatts, like what you said. You know, with matches like this, you know, this is like more of an establishment match for the Wyatts. They get to beat everyone in the division at the same time. You know, while the same token, you could easily see DIY kind of just scrape in and get the win because they're a great bad guy tag team too.
Yeah.
So, you know, which also wouldn't be the worst thing, and it'll just continue adds to Johnny Gargano and his insufferable nature, and it's so great.
And then do a whole thing where the Wyatts haunt the DIY.
Yeah,
There's a lot of entertaining segments you could do with them and Candace and all this stuff. Like, there's a lot of great backstage work you could do, I think, with those two. Yeah, just terrifying them, especially whiny Gargano.
We'll take a trip over to the Women's Intercontinental Championship, shall we? As we got Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria, and if Lyra were to lose, she cannot challenge for the IC Championship anymore.
As long as Becky holds it.
As long as Becky holds the title.
I didn't realize this was called a last chance match, but apparently that's what it's called.
It is now.
Last chance match. Yeah, I mean, Lyra could probably win the title here, right? Becky's had it for a while. I think Lyra's been getting good reactions. Matt, what do you think? Who wants to go?
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
I have something very specific.
Does it require the graphic? Does it require some fantasy booking?
Yes,
fantasy
it does.
Booking,
Try
brother.
fella.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Do it up, brother.
So, I think you have the opportunity to do something really cool here. I can't think of like how heavy, especially the Raw side of things or whatever, is as far as baby faces and heels in the women's division. But I just think you could do something really cool because guess who once again is left out? Good old Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
And she's done some promos, both dark and on TV, about being none too pleased about that fact. I think you have a really cool moment in this no disqualification scenario, right? It's a street fight. So I think Bayley comes in. I think Bayley, I don't know which is first. I think Bayley maybe drops Becky because she's been kind of a baby face or whatever. But then I think she drops Lyra too. And then drags Lyra onto Becky and is like, I helped you win, but I'm not your friend anymore. Like that tag team thing that's out the window. Okay. I want this damn title. I think she dropped either way somehow. I don't know the order. She drops both of them, but drags Lyra onto Becky, and then goes into a rivalry directly between Lyra and Bayley.
I want to see Bayley in her Stone Cold era. I don't want her to turn heel. I want her to just be tired of the bullshit. And she's like, you know what? I'm getting what's mine now. And I'm going to step up and I'm going to start kicking ass. And I'm going to take some names and whatever I got to do, fine. But I don't want her to turn heel. We've already seen seen heel Bayley. I want to see, I just want to see her do exactly what Becky did 5-6 years ago, whatever it was, when she became the man. I want to see that Bayley.
Yeah.
And I know it's in there. And I think we're teasing it. I really feel like we are.
She's built in. Austin had the old gimmick because he would stun everybody, right? Mm-hmm. At the end of the night kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Stun the bad guy. Beers. Hey, brother, cheers. Stun the good guy, right? Yep. Everybody just gets one. Bayley does the belly-to-belly suplex gimmick still, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I know she has the knee driver thing or whatever, but she can still do the belly-to-belly. But drop the heel, and then hey, let's go hug. Screw you.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of room for that.
I hopefully they do some character stuff, and it's not just a win and then you're out. That would suck. So what do we think? Who do you think's winning then?
I think Lyra.
I'm gonna take. Oh man,
I think Lyra.
Because the stipulations there.
Yeah.
Like again, I think the Bayley interference, and I think you don't want to keep Lyra Valkyria out of the title for what is it forever? Is it a year? Is it as long as Becky was
As
champ,
long as Becky
right?
holds
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So I mean, you could do a thing where Becky wins and then Bailey, Bailey wins the title off Becky, and then Lyra,
And then Lyra comes back again. Yeah.
maybe. But I think Lyra gets it here, but then she immediately has to deal with a very determined.
Is there a world?
Little pissed off Bailey.
Is there a world where Bailey helps Becky win to prevent Lyra from fighting, so that Bailey can get Becky
Has a
on
more
her
clear
own?
shot?
Yeah.
There's a world.
Because every single time Bailey's been trying to fight for the title, Lyra's been in the way, and now Lyra suddenly gets her own title shot, but Becky gets Bailey gets shoved aside. I really, this one we're keeping eyes on for sure. There's going to be.
This is a stop and watch for me too.
Yeah, there's going to be something that happens out of this.
So good.
Yeah,
They've
the
all
matches
been
have been
really
very
good.
Yeah, something big's going to come out of that one. We got our United States Championship. This one I've really enjoyed everything that has led into this, and now I'm gonna just sit back and enjoy the carnage. Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa, United States Championship on the line in a steel cage. Who gets the win? I'm just gonna say out of the gate, I think Solo wins. Just no reason why he shouldn't.
MFTs, baby.
Yeah, the MFTs.
Numbers
Classic,
game, brother. Yep.
Do we know what MFT stands for, by the way?
My Family Tree is the official TV name, but the origin, the lore of it is mother effing Tongans.
The motherfucking Tongans.
Oh,
yeah,
love that.
So that was like the real one, but then put it on a T-shirt, they had to make it My Family Tree.
Yeah.
So that on TV, that's what it stands for, but the real lore, people know.
Got it. Okay. Motherfucking Tongans. So I mean, do the MFTs, help Solo retain this? I see that happening.
I don't know. It's in a steel cage, and quite honestly, storyline wise, even not storyline wise, I would not want to be in a cage with Jacob Fatu.
No.
So I'm gonna give it to Jacob Fatu.
Yeah,
because he is scary. I'm just for that reason, I'm gonna give.
And we talked about how this title could be one of the sometimes
be a hot potato.
Yeah, you can go back and forth. And not everything has to be months and months and months, a year-long reign, all that stuff. So I think I'm with Jake. I think maybe there's some consequences afterward, but I mean, if they truly, it's just, there's also the typical of, Tala Tonga rips the door off the cage, you know what I mean? And then it all just breaks down from there. But the whole idea of the cage is that it keeps outside interference out. So if it's a pure cage match, Jacob Fatu, but shenanigans could always be abound.
Fair. All right. Well, maybe Jacob Fatu walks away.
Play hot potato at Hot Mania.
Yeah. Hot potato, the hot title at Hot Mania. Let's move to another fun one that looks like it's actually going to really turn some heads, and that is our Intercontinental Championship matchup, which will be between AJ Styles.
Same night.
I know, right? AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio. This is going to be fun. I'm excited for this matchup because it's AJ Styles, goes without saying, but Dominic's been having some fun with this IC title, and he also just had an appearance at AAA where he showed up there to cause some problems. Didn't he win the title over at AAA as well?
No, he dropped Vikingo, who was the mega champion, and kind of made it clear that maybe he would one day soon
go after that belt as well. So now with that information, and I'm going to be a little bit of a outsider narrative enjoyer here, not bringing the story of WWE, but like what's happening outside. I actually could see a world where Dominic wins the Mega Campeon to show that more on WWE TV, and AJ Styles wins the Intercontinental Championship. That said, I can also see him holding both belts, which might be more appealing. And I think if that is the visual that I think is more appealing in my head, I'm going with Dominic Mysterio winning over AJ Styles and then eventually becoming the Triple A Mega Campeón to hold both belts.
I think Dom wins. I think Nefarious is all get out.
Yeah.
But
How does it happen though? I guess is what I'm wondering. You know,
is this
Judgment Day
is this
stuff.
a chance? Yeah, or I mean, maybe not even Judgment Day, but Roxanne alone. Is this where she finally closes in? Helps
Ooh.
him keep against probably his, I would arguably say his greatest challenger, somebody who has the biggest resume and most prestige so far
Yeah.
of his Intercontinental title reign. This is the most threatening challenge he's had. So,
World
yeah.
champion in 3 different companies, you know,
Mhm.
against Dominic Mysterio. Dirty Dom.
Though that said,
How dare
I mean,
you?
AJ Aldridge, I believe the Intercontinental is the one title. Has he won it before?
No, he's
I
never
looked it
held,
up.
He's never held it.
It's the one championship. He's been a tag champ, both he's not a world heavyweight champion. He was a WWE champion.
He was a WWE champion. Yeah.
He was a US champion too, I believe. I think.
That one I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Maybe. Jake, were you looking it up?
Yeah.
Yes, he was. So I don't know. Maybe you let him get the little bit of the
AJ Styles
Grand Slam.
won the IC title.
Oh,
he
did.
defeated
Okay.
Daniel Bryan in June 2020 to win it.
I forgot about
wow.
that. Yes,
That was a while ago. Okay, yeah.
Never mind. Then I thought it was the one he hadn't won. You're right. I totally blanked on that. I think, okay, I'm back. Dom wins.
Yeah, I think Dom wins. I actually think that the AJ Styles, I mean, you know, Matt, obviously you have more knowledge on this if it were to happen, but I kind of see a world where AJ Styles is getting involved on the TNA side of things a little bit, but
I hope.
That'd be cool.
Me and literally everyone in the company is, that's the one part, even up to like the executives are still in, I hope, question mark.
Right.
That is like a moment to moment. Even that day was like, might do this. Never mind, that's not happening. Might do this. Nope, never mind, that's not happening. What about this? I don't know. Like with him and the TNA stuff, the hope, even he said, he's like, I can't promise a match. I can't promise. It's all week to week, how WWE's feeling.
The only reason why I'm saying that is because it's like,
oh, please.
It does feel like it's a better direction for AJ Styles right now to kind of be the WWE guy who's holding the torch for TNA on the good guy front. I can also see Jordan Grace, you know, having that role as well, potentially on the NXT side, because you guys were mentioning like a title change happening. I could see a world where the Knockouts Championship, Jordan Grace does win it. That I don't know if I would like that on NXT TV. We talked about that last week, not making a lot of sense.
Sure.
But anyway, yeah. Dominic wins. That just to kind of go back to that, Dominic wins, and I think we'll see what story stuff comes out of that. But yeah, Dominic should win, and it would be sick if Roxanne Perez is the one who helps him retain it and be like, hey, you know, Liv, I helped your man while you were away doing your thing. I stepped up, you know. That could maybe be a possibility. Let's jump over to the Women's World Championship. We got a triple threat match for the belt yet again at one of the big shows for WWE. This time, though, it's Naomi in the champion seat instead of Iyo Sky. And Iyo Sky is just a participant in this matchup here. This feels like it's just going to be a match that kind of clears the way for Naomi as world champion and gets Rhea and Iyo out of the way. That's my read of it. Am I off the goop here, guys?
No, I think you're right. Yeah.
I think the same. I think it's going to be a great match, but ultimately I think this is more to establish Naomi as a champion than anything.
Yeah. I really, really, really think that Rhea needs to lose here. She needs to be the one to lose. I'm kind of just getting a little tired of Rhea Ripley swirling around the world championship picture. Hopefully they make some changes. Rhea goes to SmackDown, something or another. I don't know.
Go for the IC title.
Or go for the IC title. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Legitimize that, right? Continue to legitimize that one. I don't know. But I just think that I want Iyo to still be in the picture for the title. But is that wishful thinking? And should it be Rhea? Could you get a little bit more from Rhea and Naomi? I don't know. What do you guys think? Matt or Jake, whoever wants to go first?
I don't know.
I agree. I think Rhea needs to lose because Rhea has so much, like, the crowd's not going to turn on her. They're not going to abandon her because she lost.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they would. I think they would be more likely to do that if it were Iyo. I just want to continue to see Iyo just built up as this. I think more and more wrestlers are saying it aloud now about Iyo Sky is one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Yeah.
And I just want to continue to see her build as such and booked as such. And that doesn't mean she has to win everything, but I would like to see her continue to kind of be around the title picture. Rhea can come and go as she please. She's already established herself as this competitor, as this juggernaut. She can come and go from that title scene as she pleases.
Yeah.
And Iyo can to a degree, but I just think I want to. Yeah.
Does Naomi get a minion here? Does a minion show up to help Naomi?
I don't know
retain?
who it would be.
Yeah, is there a minion worthy of that, or is it necessary for Naomi to have a minion?
A minion.
I love saying it. I love saying minion. Ever since Athena just keeps saying it out loud, it's been the best.
I don't know.
She calls Billy Starks her minion, so it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, right? I don't know. I'm this one. I am interested in the result. I'm very pumped for the match.
I think she's tired of depending on other people and having other people around. I don't think this Naomi
needs anyone.
Anybody.
Yeah.
I think
and also,
that's
it'd be
kind of
nice to see a bad guy champion just kind of win on their own merits. However that may be, nefarious or not.
Yeah,
I'm still okay with that. But Naomi retains, right? Naomi retains.
I think so. Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, that's just
beyond a doubt.
Yeah, she just got the belt, man. Let's let her have some time with it. Naomi retains. Well, that takes us to our last match on the card. This was a big one because remember, it's 2 nights, so we're almost done. Cena versus Rhodes in a street fight. This is going to be very interesting because we are getting close to the end of John Cena's tenure as a professional wrestler. So we believe. But I do believe it because he's got Peacemaker season 2 and who knows what the hell is going to be happening over there. So this is it. Cena versus Cody. Matt, does Cody win?
I don't think he does.
I don't think he does either.
I don't think he does. But what I'm curious to see is because this is the first matchup, I believe, in the heel John Cena championship run, that is a no holds barred scenario. So he's always relied on the Snidely Whiplash tactics in every match, turn the referee, kick in the groin, blah, 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 huh? Like in this kind of like like cheesy heel, sneaky belt shot, kick in the nuts, right? But here, all of that's legal. It's going to be like, what Cena are we going to get? Is he going to get even more vicious? Or like, is Cody going to show us a new side of him? Are we going to have the infamous talked about maybe double turn thing happen here?
That could be
or
fun.
Is there a world where like Cody's gonna because again, there's no rules and all this stuff. Cody's gonna force John Cena to like confront his heelness of like, how much are you willing to do? Is this you, John? Are you gonna bloody the ever-loving hell out of me?
Yeah.
Are you gonna throw me off this balcony, John? Well, those moments of like where he's finally like, maybe he has that come to Jesus moment because he's like, holy crap, what if he's bloodying Cody and it has kind of like this like,
because there's a really good opportunity here because as you had mentioned, right, everything that he's done has been real dastardly. It's been like typical bad guy stuff.
Maybe he ties Brandy to train tracks to distract Cody.
But we haven't really seen John Cena do the things that Brock Lesnar would do, which would be like brutalize, or Randy Orton would do, or Roman Reigns did, which would be just like brutalize and beat people up and be very like, we only saw him do that one time, and that was with the the travesty of Travis Scott and The Rock and that whole situation. But that was it. Outside of
Glad
that,
to hear they've had a massive falling out. Though.
Yeah. Outside of that, we haven't really seen John Cena be vicious in that regard. I mean. So yeah, so you might be right.
I mean,
does John Cena get vicious?
I don't think so. I don't think there's been enough build for this, but there's a cool scenario where Cena they're fighting each other. There's knockdown, drag out fight. Cena's whooping on Cody, and it has a point where he's bloodying him, and everybody's booing him, and it has this kind of like, what the am I doing moment,
right?
And there's like,
that could be cool.
And then Cody kicks him in the nuts, hits him with the belt, and pins him 1, 2, 3. And Cody is like,
Cody takes advantage.
You showed me what had to be done. Fine, I'm willing to do it, or whatever. And maybe it is a double turn. Yeah, and I think that's one way you could do it. I don't know that we've built up the importance of this match enough. It's been well highlighted. I've liked the promos they've done and stuff, but I think this is more of just Cena wins. I think he'll do some pretty shitty things. And I think we'll move on from Cody, even though I think it would be fun to do the things I just talked about. Yeah. I think it's truly going to be move Cody on to something else. Maybe he has a heel turn, an infamous heel turn with someone else. I think this is Cena moving on.
But where? But now who?
I don't know.
Who? That's the tough part. How many days do we have left before John Cena's done?
It's December is his last date, right? December, Saturday night's main event, just like Goldberg.
We still have some time. Yeah.
In Boston in December.
We still have some time. Man, very interesting. All right, so Cena wins. Lil Cena wins?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Jake, Lil Cena wins?
I think it'll be
Lil Cena wins.
Yeah? Oh, man. Okay. Oh, you know what? This is one where if we're wrong, I'm very much looking forward to being wrong for this one.
Yeah.
This is the one where I'm like, I really hope it's something just a little bit different.
But here's my thing. If it is, yes, Lil Cena wins, I think we'll be fine, because it's like we're going to continue the path we've been on. Heel John Cena continues. We're going to build to somebody to beat him towards the end.
Gunther.
But if Cody wins, it can't be the Lol Cody win. It can't just be good guy Cody beats John Cena. That's boring to me.
Right.
Agreed. It needs to be some shift in his character, or there needs to be some kind of big story beat that happens.
I mean, Cody said, I now know what I need to do. I hesitated. Yeah. I now know what I need to do. So it's got to be, we saw him do it to Kevin Owens.
Yep.
We saw him do it to Kevin Owens. Like, that's where I want a little bit of this synergy to kind of come in. Because we already saw a Cody who went too far against someone who he claimed was a friend. Is there a possibility that now Cody is like, I need to become Homelander, essentially, in order to do this? And I mean, I'm very fascinated. I hope
versus
versus Peacemaker, dude. That actually, the marketing writes itself. It really does. It really does. But yeah, anyway, there you have it. Our SummerSlam predictions. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. What are you looking forward to? Which match are you looking forward to? What's your hype for the overall show going into it? We'd love to hear from you. Sound off in the comments down below. And of course, it takes us to our last segment of the show, and some might even argue the greatest segment of all time. It is the Rebooked 24/7 champion of the week. And this, of course, is a segment where we talk about the thing, whatever it may be, that brought us joy this week. Could be pro wrestling related, could not be pro wrestling related. It doesn't matter. We'd love to know what brings you joy. I'm going to go first. Mine is really small, really chill. I had my dad over this week he came to LA for the first time ever. And he really enjoyed it. He had a blast. And I got to sit down and watch some pro wrestling with him because I was watching Collision in the background. And my father said, and I quote, "Son, what the hell is this shit? They're not even hitting each other." And I was like, "Dad, it's wrestling." He was like, "Yeah, I know. But you know, where's the blood? Where's the people getting hit in the head with the chairs?" And I was like, "Dad, they don't do that anymore." It's like, then what's the point? So that was watching wrestling with my dad. They do get blood. I should have showed him, a bloodier matchup. But that's it. That's my dad, 68-year-old man, just watching AEW for the first time. I was like, what is this? What is this shit? That's very fascinating. But that's mine. Simple, small. What do you guys have?
I'll go next.
Sure.
It's there is something that brought me intense joy this week. There's nothing like seeing an old friend again.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like someone you're like, I haven't seen them in a long time, or maybe they've changed.
Fair.
And then you just have that wonderful moment of like, yes, that's why I fell in love with you. If you haven't watched the season premiere of South Park,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It is legitimately a top 3 episode of all time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like for me, it's like the probing, the alien probe, classic.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Scott Tenorman.
Scott Tenorman. Make Love Not Warcraft.
Yeah, Make Love Not Warcraft is very good. Yeah. Also the oh my God, the Casa Bonita. Casa Bonita was a legendary. I actually ate a Casa Bonita, and everything that happened in that episode is very true.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's
the new one or the old one?
The old one. I ate at the old Casa Bonita. And it was amazing. I mean, terrible, but amazing, and the food was oof, but the experience was incredible.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that episode was great.
Yeah. It's man.
What was it? Sermon on the Mount, I believe. Sermon on
the Mount, which was a beautiful, because it's Mount with an apostrophe in front of it.
Yeah.
So clearly it's Paramount. It's so very good. It's so good.
It really is. Very layered. Very layered.
And also very not at the same time.
Yeah, it's very true. Very not layered.
Plain as day in other parts.
Yeah. I'll just say this. My favorite behind the scenes fact that I heard about this was that they decided to put a mouth and eyes on the penis, because then it's a character and then they don't have to blur it.
Yeah.
And that
I heard about that.
Just genius.
That's the most beautiful use of a legal department I've ever heard.
Yeah. Thank you.
And the only use of AI generated art that I think I will ever support. For that segment of the show.
Wait, was that all AI generated, or?
I believe.
I mean,
I
wouldn't
that
be
whole
shocked.
desert video, I believe that's to me, it was pretty clearly AI.
And then the fact that they said it's 1 out of 50 because they just signed a deal to essentially do 50 more episodes. So they're threatening to do that 49 more times.
Yeah, because they have to include now advertising that is good for the regime. That was the thing in the show. So that's like the agreement. So they're gonna do this 50, if we assume 50 more times. We'll see what happens. But that I know, Sermon on the Mount, that's a good nomination. All right, we have My Dad Questioning Professional Wrestling, Sermon on the Mount, and Matt, what do you have?
Mine will draw in professional wrestling and the entertainment world.
Love it.
So I just saw Fantastic Four First Steps. I thought it was really, really good.
Really enjoyed it myself.
And but I also found out, I knew he played an extra in the film, but a big shout out, and my nomination is UK independent wrestler Charles Crowley, who's been the guy is incredible. I had the most dramatic wrestling match of all time with him at Progress Wrestling not too long ago. And he's like this, he's a filmmaker, he's a writer, and so like he does all his own promos with a ton of work, and like I'll put all this in. And I saw that he was like an extra in Fantastic Four. He's one of the reporters. But then he recently revealed, when the movie debuted, that not only that, he got to play I don't know what it would be. He was one of like the doubles for when they use practical effects for Thing. So because sometimes he was CG, sometimes it was, but he was in the Thing suit for some of the scenes. Like not doing the voice, but being the body in various scenes when they needed. Yes, that was. So I didn't know he was doing that. So like he's awesome. He's a good dude. He's like a self-starter. He really like grassroots all his stuff. Go watch his matches. Go watch his promos and videos. And he's made like 2 or 3 like independent short films too. He's just a real go-getter and like self-starter, self-made artist, filmmaker, stuff like that. So to see him do cool stuff like that, I was super, super happy.
I feel obligated to give it to Charles Crowley. My God, what a legend!
I feel obligated to say Triple Crown.
Triple Crown,
like one of our rare Triple Crowns. We give it to Golden Dad, we give it to Crowley, and we give it to Matt Trey.
Yeah, I love it. Triple Crown it is. Boom. You go. A Rebooked Triple Crown. There you have it, folks. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Fun show, but most importantly, lots of craziness happening this week. We got Dynamite tonight with the main event with Moxley and Hangman. We have TNA Impact, which is going to continue to build for Bound for Glory. And we also have SummerSlam this weekend. Hot WrestleMania, baby. It's going to be wild. And we'll be talking about all that and more next week right here on Rebook. Don't forget, subscribe, like, check out rebookedpod.com for all information and where to check out Rebook across all social media. We'll catch you guys later, folks. Take care. Peace. Later.